say what's going on. Now, I was going to do a live stream yesterday, but due to Hef TV's doing an upgrade and doing a new system, I decided to cancel it for today. So I would like to welcome each and every one of you on Hef TV. And today we're going to talk about cruises that I'm planning on going to, and some news and commentary that we can talk about with the Aubrey murder trial, with the mm, with the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. What do you guys think about it? And so let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know. I'm looking at this purple lineup. I don't know if I can use that or or what. So thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be an hour live stream today. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Of Basically, we're gonna talk a lot about all the stuff that's going on. So let's start out with some cruise news. Well, with the upcoming cruises that I'm going to. Next month, I'm going to, Cozumel, Mexico, along with Belize and also Costa Maya, Mexico. So we're gonna go on a ship called the Carnival Dream. So we're gonna go on Carnival Dream. So I'm definitely gonna do a live stream on that while I'm on a Carnival Dream cruise, which is gonna be next month. Matter of fact, today's November 12th, so I will be in Galveston, Texas, on December the 12th. So we're gonna be live on Carnival Dream. So I'm taking you guys with me, y'all. I'm taking y'all with me every time I go on a cruise. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of cruising like next month and all of next year. So definitely gonna take you guys with me. I'm also gonna be on the Mardi Gras, the Carnival Mardi Gras, which is one of the new ships that Carnival has, and the celebration that also Carnival is getting as well. And then we just found out yesterday that Carnival has a new ship. It's called the Carnival Jubilee. That's right. The Carnival Jubilee will be coming out on 2023, and I'm very excited about it because my wife and I are going to go on that as well. So the Carnival Jubilee is going to be so awesome, and they're going to start porting in Galveston, Texas, which I usually be porting anyway. So, so what I'm telling you guys, ladies and gentlemen, is that all the cruises that I'm going to, I'm taking y'all with me. I already got equipment that I'm about to use that I haven't used yet for the cruises that I'm about to go to. So next month is going to be Carnival Dream. In January, I'm going to go on the Mardi Gras cruise, and then I believe it's March. I believe it's either March or April. I'm going on the Carnival Celebration, which we was docking in L.A., Los Angeles, which is in Inglewood. This is my first trip to LA, y'all. I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to be in LA. I'm going on a cruise with the Carnival Radiance. And then after that, I'm probably going to the Royal Caribbean and then the Norwegian Cruise Lines, which definitely will be in October. So yes, Lions Den is going to be doing a lot of stuff for the next few months. The next few months. But at the end of the day, no matter where I go, I'm taking y'all with me. So ain't nothing new about that. Now, with that being said, there's another thing that's going on right now. Um, Did you know about if you try to look at the trial of the Aubrey murder trial? As you know, the defense attorney wasn't happy that Al Sharpton showed up in support of Aubrey's family. But they didn't do anything. Was he said that in other words, I'm paraphrasing it, that there's not a they need to stop bringing black pastors into the courtroom, whatever. So, even the judge overruled that ruling. But at the end of the day, that's really what's going on. So, y'all, it's really crazy. And then you think about everything else that's going on. Let's see, Jerome Davis. What's going on, Jerome? Welcome to my live. Um, so we're basically talking about the Ahmaud Arbery case. We can definitely going to talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, Jerome even asked, "Did you hear?" Yeah, I even posted a video of Kyle Rittenhouse, doing crocodile tears on all of my social media. So yeah, I heard about that. You know, and I think the reason why he's doing this is because he's going to try to really convince the jurors that he's just a kid. He's been attacked. He's doing it in self-defense, and so it's basically embarrassing. It's embarrassing that you're gonna use no fake tears. That a mom used no fake tears to crying, giving sympathy so the jurors could feel sympathized to this kid. But nobody tells Kyle Rittenhouse to leave Antioch, Illinois, and headed straight towards Kenosha, Wisconsin, in the Jacob Blake protest. Shooting up 3 Black Lives Matter, killed 2 of them. Nobody told him to do that, but he did it. And you notice, and nobody's talking about it in the mainstream media, but you notice that the pictures you saw about Kyle Rittenhouse, how he holds the weapon. This is how the military and law enforcement holds their weapon. I mean, until they're ready to start firing, start shooting. And I'm telling y'all, this is basically proven that he was somehow trained. We don't know if he's trained by law enforcement or the military, but that's totally unlikely because he was still young. So he's been trained by somebody. Somebody probably was former law enforcement, or he probably trained by a retired or retired military person. We don't know, but the way he hold that rifle, the way he hold that gun, it's like he's trained. He's trained. So it's basically sad. I know Jerome. I know he's faking, and I told y'all before he's doing that just to get sympathy from the jury to let him go. Which again, and I'm predicting this, but it looks to, and the judge is siding with Kyle Rittenhouse all the way. So the judge always sides with the defense. So it seems to me they're planning to let him go. That's what it looks to me. It seems to me they're planning on letting him go because at the end of the day, they don't want this kid to feel like that. Oh, we have to feel sorry for him. He did it in self-defense. And before this trial even happened, we already know the fix was in with that because obviously you have actor Ricky Schroeder, happened along with other people that did a GoFundMe account, bail him out of jail for $1 million, $2 million, and bail him out of jail. Who does that? But this is America, right? Okay. And then you think about, with the Ahmaud Arbery trial, how that turns out, how the defense attorney was saying that we need a ban of black pastors because Al Sharpton was in the courtroom supporting Ahmaud Arbery's family. So to me, y'all, I'm telling you, the fix is in on both cases. We already know the fix is in. Jerome continues says, or maybe the Proud Boys taught him to hold it. It's not a surprise. The Boogaloo Boys, the Proud Boys, maybe trained him how to hold a rifle because ain't no way in the world, and this is true, that any military person or a law enforcement person taught him how to train how to use a weapon unless they're going to police academy or going to basic training in the military. But here's the thing. That's why he's way too young to even join the military or join the police academy. So, there's no surprise that either the Proud Boys are training them or the Boogaloo Boys is training them. You never know. You never know. So and Jerome said he's crying because he got caught. Really, he felt, the thing is why he's crying, the fake tears or the crocodile tears, is because he wants sympathy from the jury. The jury want to say, okay, he's a troubled little kid. He's at the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe they're trying to jump him, and he's defending him by an automatic weapon. But here's the problem with that, but they're gonna believe that. But here's the real problem with that, what they failed to realize. Number one, in the state of Wisconsin, a person can allow using automatic weapons 18 and up. If you are a Wisconsin citizen or Wisconsin resident, right? If you live in the state of Wisconsin, people who are 18 and up can't allow using automatic or walking with automatic weapons. That's the law in the state of Wisconsin. The only problem with that is Kyle Rittenhouse don't live in Wisconsin. Kyle Rittenhouse is still underage. He was 17. He was 17 years old when he was carrying that weapon. And his residence was Antioch, Illinois. So the mother drove Kyle Rittenhouse to the Jacob Blake protest, which, by the way, he shouldn't even been there. He shouldn't even be there. But she drove him by with that weapon, and look what happened. You know the rest. You know the rest. But as far as the Ahmaud Arbery trial goes, they're trying. See, this is why I said the fix is in on both cases, because the judge has always sided with Kyle Rittenhouse and his attorneys. So I know for a fact they're gonna let them. They're gonna let him go. As far as Ahmaud Arbery's murder trial goes, so far the prosecutor did an excellent job, sending videos of the incident, the bloody, and they even made a criticism off of that when they show the body of Ahmaud Arbery, the bloody, how he died and everything, the autopsy and all of that, and the jury saw that, but some jurors just turn away and don't even look at it because it's too graphic. But there's some people that are criticizing this case, really the prosecution in that case, because they didn't bring race in this situation. They didn't bring the Confederate flag, and they did not even allow the Confederate flag license plate into evidence or into the courtroom. So it's really crazy. Jerome says he should stay his ass at home, laughing and thinking it was funny. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. See, I blame the mother too, because the mother was the one that drove from Antioch, Illinois, all the way to Kenosha, Wisconsin. She drove him to the protest. So she is just as responsible as Kyle Rittenhouse is. Just as responsible. Because why would you sit a 17-year-old boy with an AR-15, knowing that it's illegal for him to carry an AR-15 in the state of Wisconsin? He's not even 18 yet. Even though the state of Wisconsin is legal to carry that firearm 18 and up, but he's still underage. So when you drove Kyle Rittenhouse from there to there, that you can tell right there that's really a serious issue. And so this is why, ladies and gentlemen, that if the fix is in both cases, because ain't no way in the world with the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial that you have a predominantly white juror and one black juror. Ain't no way in the world. So, and it's favors to the fence on that case as well. So it's really funny that you see both cases now, the both high profile cases that we definitely need to watch. It's getting crazy, y'all. And then there's some memes again, and then there's some memes out there about quote unquote Kyle Rittenhouse with them fake tears. I even posted one guy got the violin playing. That was funny. That was hilarious. It's crazy. Jerome's continue to say is where was Kyle's dad? We don't really know where Kyle's dad is. We never know. They never tell us. The media even knows where his father is. That's a great question, Jerome. We really don't know. And soon we may not even never know where he is. There's some things that are going on behind the scenes that people don't even want to talk about. And so when we look at it, it's like, wow, the dad isn't around, and you never know where his dad is. You never know where he is. So we really don't know for sure, but I believe he's going to turn up more ways than one. And we'll just wait and see what the trial is going to happen. And so what we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like, this is how I feel, that there's two cases that's going on. It's going to turn down as the jury on both sides, but I got a feeling that, and I'm just going to shock everybody that again, like, I hope I'm wrong by this, but the way this court goes through, you got these predominantly white jurors at the Aubry murder trial, and you got the judge who's always sided with Kyle Rittenhouse. You know what I'm saying? Like Kyle Rittenhouse, they always got feel sympathy for the kid. You know, they could probably gonna let all of them walk. You want to know the truth? They're probably gonna let all of them walk. Jerome asked, yeah, they asked the same question when it comes to us. Yeah, yeah, because they're gonna say, where's the father? Why he wasn't around? He should have raised that young man better. See the thing with the mainstream media is they silent when it comes to white suspects. They literally have crickets. But when it comes to all the other stuff, a lot of stuff is going on, ladies and gentlemen. What's so concerning about this case is that you got, I told you to fix this in, you got Trump supporters, you got all them right-wing supporters, you got the Proud Boys is backing this kid, Kyle Rittenhouse, backing him. Like, he didn't do no wrong. It was self-defense. The kid needs to be letting go. But let me ask you this. What if that kid was black? What if that kid had an AR-15? What if the mom drove, I'm just doing a hypothetical question. What if the black mom drove the black kid into a protest, shot 3 white men, killing them? Oh, he would receive the death penalty. There's no question. There's no life without parole. He would receive death. You killed 3 men in a different state. And plus you go across state lines. Now that's a federal case. Oh, he probably will get the death penalty. There's no question about it. Jerome's saying he's not a kid, he's an adult. He should have known better. This kid, shake my head. Yeah, at that time, but see, the thing of it is, here's what's so funny about it. The media, you know, when it comes to Tamir Rice, when it comes to Mike Brown and Trayvon Martin, they call them men. And so with Mike Brown and Trayvon was 17 when he was killed by George Zimmerman. Mike Brown, I think he was also 17 when he was killed by, Ferguson police officer. And then you think about Tamir Rice, he was killed no later than 2 seconds by that police officer. But then they called them men. They didn't call them no child, no little boys. They called them men. And so he is not a kid, but then they're going to treat them, so they're going to act like he's a kid. And that's what's going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, it shows you that we need to stay focused and watch both those trials carefully. We got to really need to be very vigilant and watch it carefully, because the thing of it is that when you have a judge, and this is from the Aubry trial, and this according to Vice News, when you have a judge sending a mental health record to a potential juror in the Aubry's health, mental records to a potential juror, and then you have predominantly white jurors in that, that's the thing we need to watch. And then we need to watch also the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, because you have a judge that favors the defense. This is not good. In fact, they should have moved the judge out of the bench, because they show him favoritisms. They should get him off the bench, but they're not doing it. They're not doing it. And so it's, ladies and gentlemen, this is, to me, is going to show you later on that this trial is going to be very important, and we need to watch what's going to happen in this case, in this trial. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you guys for tuning in live right here on HAPS TV. I know we got a new setup on HAPS TV now. They got the little purple thing now. I don't know. It's brand new. I don't know why they got that little purple shape around. But, and stream live on YouTube, streaming live on Twitter and Facebook, and, of course, on Twitch TV. Jerome says if he gets off, he will be bold even more. Yeah. And he's talking about the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff. The thing of it is that, I'm going to tell you like this. He's been trained from somebody. And I'm going to give a shout out to Harvey from from your world. I want you to follow him on YouTube, all of his videos. He is awesome, and he was a former military guy. He even said he was trained from somebody because the way he holds the AR-15, I mean, law enforcement and military does the same thing. How do you hold a weapon? And when you hold a weapon like that, someone trained you. And so, especially if they're black, yeah. But the thing of it is that, they realize that even though it's a white on white crime, whatever, but they looking at for black people to kill, for real. Because ain't no way in the world you're gonna try to hunt for white people to kill, even though there's white people involved with the Black Lives Matter or the Jacob Blake protests. But they really want to hunt to kill black people that night. So, it's sad that we starting to see things, and we starting to see things the way it is. And so now you got all this going on with the Aubry murder trial, with the basically with the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. We definitely need to be paying attention. We got to pay attention, y'all, about two of them trials, because again, like I told you on my last live stream, the fix was in, and it's in with both trials, and we basically want to focus the judge. We already know what side he is on, and I'm just surprised that the prosecution didn't request to remove that judge off the bench with the Kyle Rittenhouse, because it seemed to me that he's trying to help the kid. He's trying to defend what the kid is doing, and yo, it doesn't make any sense at all. It don't make sense. It makes no sense to me. So when you look at you look at this scenario, ladies and gentlemen, that you have this trial, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, which is one-sided. And I still believe in the day it's going to be one-sided. When you have, because the judge in this case, then you have the Aubry murder trial. When you have the Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Roddy Bryan. And we need to watch that as well, because when you have all white jurors and one black juror, even though the prosecution so far is doing her job in presenting evidence with the video, with the graphic pictures of Ahmaud Arbery's body and everything else, you still don't know what the jury's going to decide to do. And that's another thing we need to work on. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, we have to basically focus on these two cases, because this is important. We need to pay attention on this, because, again, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. So I'd like to welcome you guys to my live, and thank you guys for tuning in right here on Haps TV, on YouTube, streaming on Twitter, and on Facebook. Thank you guys for tuning in. You could be anywhere else, but you decided to come on my stream, and I appreciate for you guys to come on in. So with the cruises coming up for me, I'm looking forward to the Carnival Dream. I'm looking forward to the Mardi Gras, which is going to be in January. I'm going to be looking forward to the Carnival Radiance, also with the new Royal Caribbean cruise, as well as the Norwegian cruise, the new one that my wife and I was going to be on. So I'm doing a lot of cruises, and I'm just excited about all of them, what I'm about to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just very happy because, and again, like I said, y'all going every time I go to cruises, I'm taking y'all with me. I'm taking y'all with me, people. So I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited. To me, this is what it is. Like, other stuff going on. I'm going to talk about this with this Travis Scott situation. Yo, I'm going to say it like this. I broke the story along with Steve Lookner. Shouts out to him. Steve Lookner, who's on YouTube or on Twitter. And with this thing in Houston, with this Astroworld Festival in Houston, with 8 people is confirmed dead. Travis Scott, and again, this is why I said we cannot focus on what's going on with Travis Scott. There's a lot of mixed opinions on the situation. Some people said that Travis Scott, it wasn't his fault. Some said it was his fault because he could have handled security better than that. There's reports that there's been devilish stuff, demon stuff going on in his concerts. It's basically scary, y'all. And I'm just basically noticed that Travis Scott is going to be. The people, the families, all of them are suing him left and right, and he may just call it a career because of this. Because the last thing you don't want is tragedy like this. And I think it's nine. I think someone just passed away, so it's really 9 people now. It's like 9 people confirmed dead in this tragedy. So it's sad. It's sad. They said the kids were there as young as like 10 or 9. They were there. So it is so sad. It's sad what happened with them. Travis Scott. The thing of it is that Travis Scott. They claim that he stopped the show when he saw people. The bodies are on the ground, and it's sad. It's horrible. So you have kids there, and I'm glad that we're not really focusing on the Travis Scott situation because at the end of the day, like it was really horrible, really horrible. My thoughts and prayers goes to the families that lost someone in this tragedy, and this is totally like just it's really sad that this happened to the children. Now, moving up right along, um, I did a video, I believe yesterday. No, day before yesterday, because yesterday was Veterans Day. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, happy Veterans Day. I was doing a Veterans Day show, but happy belated Veterans Day to each and every one of you guys who serve in the military. Thank you for serving us. Thank you for to defend our country through anything and everything, foreign and domestic. You have my respect. My wife is a former. She was an Air Force vet. Um, my father-in-law was a Marine vet. My dad was an Army vet, and of course, my late uncle, of course, my late uncle who's a Navy man, and my other uncle who's an Army vet. So I got a lot of vets in my family. On my in-laws and my family. So I'm just let you guys know. Thank you for serving and defending our country. You have my respect, and we salute you. We salute you. What else is going on in the world today? I did a video, ladies and gentlemen, that there's been another lynching. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep saying this because people are going to sweep this story under the rug. And I did a story on that as well. A 72-year-old black woman in Annapolis, Maryland, was found hanged through the tree. And of course, like any other cases, it rules a suicide. They claim that there's no foul play, there's no suspicious going on. But the question I would like to ask is why would a 72-year-old black woman hang herself? Never heard of in my entire life. Excuse me. Never heard of a 72-year-old woman found hanged. I'm just say it like this: she was lynched, and they can say it was suicide all they want to try not do an investigation on this. Ain't no way a 72-year-old black woman hang herself on a tree. She could have been somebody's grandmother. She could have been somebody's mother. Why would a 72-year-old woman hang herself on a tree? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. So that just really bothers me. I will keep you up to date on that story as well. I'm going to try to find out who that woman is because they're claiming that she's unidentified unless the family been notified of the next of kin. So I believe once I finished with this live stream, I was trying to do more information and do a continued coverage of this case because it's just very suspicious that a 72-year-old woman found hanged in Annapolis, Maryland. Now, Annapolis, Maryland, as you know, is where the U.S. Naval Base is and everything else. So, ladies and gentlemen, and it's in the D.C. area, so this doesn't make any sense on why did you find a 72-year-old black woman who's somebody's grandmother or somebody's mother hang herself. That doesn't make sense. They never do that. Like other cases, we don't hang ourselves. We don't really hang ourselves like that. And now people talking about suicide. I mean, people can. I mean, I'm not saying a lot of black people don't commit suicide because there's some cases that they do, but we don't go out like that. Black people don't hang ourselves like that. And so I'm gonna keep you posted with this story. Um, Another story that I want to talk about, and we already talked about this as well, is and this is what's the Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion situation. Um, and I think that Whack 100, we just heard that Whack 100 don't believe that Megan didn't get shot. Listen, people know the truth. If let's just say it like this: if Tory Lanez really shot Megan Thee Stallion, he would have still been in jail right now. Let's just keep it real. If he really shot Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez still would have been in jail until the trial comes. As you know, he's still performing. He's still making videos, doing songs. And you notice that every time that Tory Lanez finally became independent, all of a sudden he's basically a target. And now the Megan Thee Stallion shooting happened. I think like 2 years ago, 2 years ago. All of a sudden, that now you have all this stuff going on, and now there was supposed to be a negotiation, have a out of court settlement, but now I think they just decided we're going to go on a trial. They're not even wasting no time. But that's all I have to say about that. But then there's reports that some major airlines is going to cut some like small cities. They just remove it. Like United Airlines, I heard they're going to cut a lot of 11 smaller cities. They got to go to like major airports and whatever. But they're doing. I don't know. They're probably doing that because they basically want to go to major airports, but they don't want to do smaller cities for some reason. So I heard that United's doing it now. American Delta is doing it. So we definitely need to be watchful and see that if your town is made it to the list of 11 smaller cities, that they're not going to. That United's not going to. So and there's other plenty of stories that I would love to talk about. Um, but I would like to hear from y'all. What do you guys think about the stories I just brought up? Do you want to talk about the Aubry murder trial? Do you want to talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial? Or do you want to talk about the 72-year-old woman who was found lynched, hanged, in Annapolis, Maryland? Or do you want to talk about something else? I just want to hear from you guys today because I see 13 people are tuning into my live as we speak. Because I have to after this, I gotta go somewhere. But before I go, I'd like to hear from you what y'all want to do. What y'all want to talk about. So the floor is yours. I'm trying to read the comments as we speak, but I would like to hear from y'all. What's going on? What's good? There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, man. A lot of stuff going on in the world. Some of the stuff I already did, the videos that I've been done. So it's just crazy. It's just really, really crazy right now. But anyway, with the Haps TV setup now, Haps TV got a new app, as you know. You can see that the purple. I'm still trying to figure out what the purple lining means. Is it because of the way it's set up, or how the basically how the camera set up? I don't know, but I mean, it's basically cool how Hap's doing it now. So Hap's keep doing what you're doing, and everything's gonna work out. But yeah, it's people around the world is just crazy. But again, when it comes to the 72-year-old woman, I will do a follow up update if I can find any information about it. Um, I may just do that after the live stream is over with. But I just want to come on today, so like tell you about the cruise information and possibly some news and commentary along with that. So, to the vets, do y'all enjoy your military? Have you enjoyed your Veterans Day yesterday? I want to hear from you on that. If you're a vet yourself, I want to hear where you spend time on Veterans Day. In 2 weeks is Thanksgiving, so I may just do a live stream there. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, this is going to be very interesting, and I'm just happy to be on here once again. And like yesterday, I was going to go on, but Haps is starting to come, basically doing this new thing, like this new app they're doing right now. So yeah, I would love to hear from y'all because I mean we have about um, it's like 1:45 here, which is 3:40, almost 3:45 in the east, 2:45 in central, and 12:45 in the west. But I'm gonna probably end up closing it early now since nobody won't hear anything. But I thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in to live. I will see you guys next week. If there's any information, I will do a video on it. So with that being said, I love you guys. Have a blessed Friday, and I will see you next week. This is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.